back with another video, and Jackson's here with me.
What's up?
Today we got coils, so let's get into an unboxing. Detail into it too. We got a little R.
Oh, that's sick. A keychain.
Alright. These are for the ears. I was worried it wasn't going to come with these.
Oh, she's pretty.
So these are like the mid-grade or something. They drop 2 to 4 inches. And then I didn't get the top plate with it just because I'm going to do adjustable so I can get camber. So I'm just going to put the OEM ones on it because they can fit. These are your rear springs. All the other jazz that's in this. So yeah, we'll be back with you guys in the garage. Okay, so I'm kind of going to do a step-by-step somewhat, but we'll see. So first off, jack up the car. We're gonna do just the right side first, just because I left my other stands at my parents' house. So I only got 2 stands right now. And I'm also gonna rotate my tires while I'm at it. But first, the dude that had it before me, I'm guessing he had coils just because there was wear on the old tires that were on it and the fenders were rolled a slight bit. But you're supposed to take this off. This is already cut, so I don't have to, so I can get to it. Same with this side, just so you can get to the top mount bolts. But I took this little guy off. It's just like the rubber seal that goes along this. And yes, we're gonna get this checked up and I'll be right back with you guys. So we got the wheel and tire off, and then there's this bolt right here. That one back up in there that we gotta take off. And then these 3 up top, and we'll be able to pull it out. So, yeah. Okay, so we got one of the sides done. We just did the driver's side just because I don't have enough stands, so we did front and rear. They're both on, and I don't, like the other side's not very good to compare it to just because it's kind of squatted one way, but this is how it sits without any adjustments on the front, and then the rear sits about 2 fingers, and then this is kind of like what the stock ride height is in a sense, but it's a little bit more than 3, and then this one's same 3. So we're gonna get this other side done, and I'll try to record as much as I can just because we actually know more or less what we're doing now, just because the first side was a learning experience and we had to go to the store and a lot of stuff, so it's kind of a pain to record, but yeah, I'll try and do the best I can. So with the rear, we're gonna start on the rear. There's that bolt right there that comes off the strut, and then there's this bolt, and then on this other back side up underneath it, it's hard to see, but there's also another bolt. When you take off this bolt right here, it is compressed by the spring, obviously, so you have to have a jack or something underneath it just so it doesn't like shoot down and it'll pinch the bolt in there. But so I'm gonna take these 2 bolts off, pull that spring out, and then there's also, you're supposed to take the liner off, but I'll just take this 1 screw right there off, and then I'll be able to pull it back. And there's 2 bolts up there. I'll show you when I take it out. And we'll take those 2, and then everything will be taken out. The back side is by far easier just because, like on the front side, we had to take out the axle just because we didn't have enough room, and you have to take off just so much more stuff. This one's literally 5 bolts, and it's out easy, simple. So yeah. Okay, so we got that bolt and the old strut out. So it's that bolt right there. And then those 2, I ended up taking out the whole liner just because it made it a lot easier on this side. And then that bolt right there. And then you just pull the spring out. And then the way the new one goes in is it will sit like this in there. And it just slides right in, up in to that little peek down dealio. So yeah, I'm gonna put it all back together and then I'll show you guys finish. All right, it's all back together. That's how it looks. It just sits. Oh my gosh, I can't see anything. it sits down in that little groove, and then this is where you can adjust your height. And then that bad boy right there just goes in back up top. So now we got to put in fender liner, and then we're gonna do the front side, drop it, pull it all back up, just because this ride height's different over here. And then we might have to take out this axle bolt just because we had to last time to give us more room. And then there's 2 bolts up on this bottom side that hold on the knuckle. And then we'll take off this control arm and that arm. I'm not sure 100% what they're called, but yeah. What's up, guys? So it's the next day, and because we were working pretty late, I didn't do the best job at recording what we were doing just because it was such a pain, and I'm still learning on how to do it, and there was just a lot of complications. It's kind of hard to just be like, oh, let me whip it out and start recording, but that's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
Anyways, it's rubbing a lot. Like, yeah, I'm going to adjust them right now just because it's rubbing everywhere, and I don't have a fender roller right now, so I gotta buy a fender roller, and I'm gonna raise it up just till I get that fender roller in, and then I'll drop it back down, and then eventually I'll get rear camber arms, and then camber, or like adjustable top plates. I think that's what they're called for the top or for the front, just so I can tuck them a little bit better, so it's not going to rub as bad. Even after I roll the fenders, I still think it's going to rub quite a bit, just because it's in the background rubbing like crazy right now. But anyways, I'll show you guys how I'm going to adjust it. I'm just going to lift it up about an inch, maybe. I think an inch will be good, and then we'll go through and level out everything, just because last night we put them on how they came, was kind of over it last night just because it's late, worked all day, and so yeah, now I'm getting back to it, adjust everything, and I'll show you guys how I do that. Okay, so we're in the garage now, and I didn't really show you guys the fitment, so here's pictures I took at the gas station last night. And then this is how it sits right now. It's like there's no room. So my fenders aren't rolled. Like the little metal piece that comes out of the fender is rolled, but it's not. The fender itself isn't rolled out enough, so I gotta roll it out a little bit. Camber arms. The front's not as bad. It kind of tucks in a little bit better, which is good because I can fit my finger along right here, but it does rub on the wheel well, so I might take it out. We'll see, just because I like how low it is. The rubbing is so extreme right now, which I think most of it's coming from the back, so I'm going to adjust the back and then check the front, see how everything's looking so far, just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because I triple checked, but I just want to double check again. So go through the front, show you guys what it looks like all done, and then show you the back and how I adjust it. So, yeah. All right, so I don't know how well you can see it, but this right here is the spring, and then that little bronze or gold piece is what I'm adjusting. So I adjusted the other side to 1 inch from this bottom lip of the top part to the inside lip of this one. You can see how much it moves just because there's no pressure on it. So I'm just gonna drop this rear knuckle, I think is what it is as well. And then, so it's just those 2 bolts, or the bolt and the nut, that I gotta drop, and it's pressurized, so you gotta jack it up on that and take that out, and I'll just pull this whole spring out and adjust that to where the other side sits, lower it, and I'll show you guys how it looks. Okay, so now that bolt and nut are out. So now that knuckle is dropped, and then I got this out. This is where I'm gonna adjust it, so you just spin it to the height. So I'm gonna go about 1 inch down, and I'll just measure it and then put it back in, put everything back together, and I'll show you guys the height. It's back in. I dropped that little adjuster to 1 inch. So it sits at 1 inch on both sides now. Okay, so they now both sit pretty close. You can almost like barely see the top of the tire. And then same thing. This side's a little bit higher. I don't know why. but it's close enough for now. Just because I'm gonna roll my fenders and everything, hopefully this upcoming week. And actually, the wheel's painted. Probably gonna do black or white. If you think I should do one or the other, let me know in the comments. Upcoming video, I'm hoping I'm going to be painting my wheels, like actually painting them, not just a shitty plastic dip that I have on it right now so it doesn't peel like it did, and then rolling my fenders and hopefully dropping it as low as it can go, possibly even camber arms and the top plates for my front, just so I can have more camber and tuck it better. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and that's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Peace.